I know it was buildings of the French army, which were like abandoned, I think in the 90s, but I'm not sure, and were which like some were took by some EPs, and more or less that the mayor and stuff like that couldn't move them out and decided like to make it a little bit like more politically correct and building like an like eco quartier around it.
You see, it's the system is some owners join together to make something like a community to build a house by their own and not buy it from some business corporation or so. So it was cheaper to get the flat, and the flat was planned by the architects just to what I need, which as I need it. So I could choose how the rooms could be.
The city council decided to have very high energy efficiency standards. The city council decided to have a perfect traffic system with public transportation and with priority for walking and for bikes. The third thing that they decided was they wanted a lot of citizen participation, and they got that. Actually more than they wanted. And all these things worked out well. Many projects have even higher energy standards than the high standards that were required by the city council, so they did more than they had to. And in our part, we even did plus energy houses. We have like more than 4,000, maybe 4,500 inhabitants here, lots of students, lots of young families. The projects were not given to the big developers, the big regional developers. Like this happens a lot, and you give it to just one big developer, and you know, instead it's less work for the administration if you have just one big one. No, they split it up, and it was like 200 little projects. So you have a lot of diversity, and you have lots of building cooperations, maybe 10, 20 families coming together, working with one architect and doing multi-story. That's very Friburg. It's building co-ops. You have lots of that here.
We still have to be connected to the district heating system, which is heated. We get our heat from a place right over here on the other side of this street, and it's heated with wood chips from the forests here. We have to take that. And then the people who have passive houses, they don't have to have any district heat. The house takes care of itself. And the plus energy has more electricity than they need. They put it back into the system. First of all, that the streets are not, you can't drive through them. You can park and unload things, or you can go and turn around. But the only streets that you can drive from one end to the other is this one. And so the streets are playgrounds. That's where the adults meet and the children meet, and it's full of life in the summer. It looks like a playground.
No company would buy a machine that only is used 2 or 3 or 4% of the time. This is what happens with cars, right? Most of the time, what do? They stand somewhere blocking everyone's way and looking ugly. And then 2% of the time or 3% of the time you use them, and then they have all these emissions, not only CO2 but also other toxic gases and other things. this is a solution of the last century, certainly not of our century.